Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jerry Sansing with another edition of What's Going On in Corpus Christi. My producer is Janelle Bennett. This is May the 21st, 2017. And there are the times, air times until first week in June. They'll change, and I'll give you those when I get back from a road trip I'm about to take. And my email is gsansing@gmail.com. And I'd sure like to hear from you. Okay? So we'll see what we can do to carry on with this. Now, I do have I'm going to go over to Del Mar, and then I'm going to check out some of the streets today, and then I'll come back and give you a recap of that. So I'll be back in just a short time, and I will provide you with some information. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on Del Mar Campus East, and I'm at Heritage Hall, and this is one of the older buildings. I think it's due to be torn down with one of these bond elections that you people have paid for. It's been neglected for a lot of years, maintenance-wise, and it's in terrible shape, so I agree for the folks in here, social science people, that it probably does need to be torn down. And then I'm going to go down this sidewalk over here. I'll let you see where I am. That building in front of us is Memorial Classroom Building, and I just want to show you some of the grass and stuff. This is a $16,000 a month job, and you can tell that stuff doesn't come up, overnight, and it hasn't been cut. But I think I'm going to go down that hedgerow that is full of trash. So I'm going to be right back with you in just a minute. But I do want you to call your regents and so forth and tell them that, is this what we get for $157 million, and then another $139 million to do the same thing out south at Rodd Field and Yorktown, and build buildings we won't maintain out there. It's really a shame, folks. And then we do have one good interim director of physical facilities, and all I had to do was just alert him that we had some problems, and he'd send somebody over to cure it. And I think now we have a person from Victoria that I have been told in his one line in an interview or something was that if people complains, he just doesn't give a damn. He'll ignore them. Anyway, I need to verify that with him directly. So if that man will address that with me, I'd be more than happy to put him on the air and let him repeat that. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a hedge line that goes down the sidewalk opposite of the Heritage Hall and continues down to the Memorial Classroom Building. You can see that it's got roots and dead limbs and leaves and everything else under that. Here's a sign for tutoring, and then there's a big plastic bag or whatever that is back in there. That's trash. And then you can see the poor condition of the trimming and so forth on this hedge. And I don't know what else to say except come over here and show it to you, and then we'll see what happens. Okay? Okay, again, this is a Heritage Hall. This is the main steps going up to the thing. You can see how cracked and so forth those things are. And then here's the grass strip that hasn't been mowed for a while. Coming down here, like I say, those weeds sticking up right in here don't come up overnight. And then this is a U-shaped building. And if you look over there by the that power, whatever it is over there, and you can see the wall. I'll see if I can tighten it up a little bit and give you an idea of how bad the grass is down there. And this is what students see, folks, and taxpayers, and it's just a real mess around here. And then if I pan around here, you can see even more messes. And then I'm going to go ahead and shoot just the edge of this. I know I'm a little bit bouncy here with this tripod, but that's the way this tripod acts at times. And then just to my left over here on the ground, there's a big mess over here with tall grass and weeds and stuff growing up. And this is ridiculous, to pay somebody that much money and not have them do any better job than this. So I just want you to see where your tax money's going. It's going down the toilet over here. But we're too interested in obtaining more acreage so that we can build buildings that we can't maintain and will not maintain. Be right back. Alright, this is a continuation of that hedge. This is the one that's closer to the Memorial Classroom Building. You can see that It's a mess up under there. They don't clean out around the bottoms of these hedges. The hedges have not been watered for probably 20 years, it looks like. You can see some trash over there on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to pan slowly down here and stop, and you can see the amount of trash that's right there. And then if you come a little bit more, there's some plastic bags and palm fronds and leaves and all kinds of garbage up here until you get to that bench. So I'm going to go ahead and zero in on that a little bit more, tighten it up just a little bit for you, so you can see just how pretty this campus is. Okay, it's a junk heap, folks. It looks like a trash heap, an unkept third world country. So I hope you will take this in stride and know why I'm doing this. As a professor, I have to look at this garbage every day. I have to listen to students say, can't we get any maintenance done on these buildings? And why is this place such a sloppy place to be? And I said, well, all I can tell you is go call the president and your Board of Regents members and see if you can get somebody off their butt to walk this place. Because it's impossible, folks, to get much done at dear old Del Mar College. Anyway, I shall return. Okay, you can see that they won't even trim these things up. You got the little branches hanging out on the sidewalk. You got more trash down here in the way of branches and so forth that they won't pick up. Little pieces of paper and so forth. And then if I go to the other side of the sidewalk over here, you can see that we have branches sticking out, and they won't even suck up the leaves under there, and they won't water it. If you look into the bushes here, you can see all the dead leaves and so forth and so on. I mean, it's a real mess, folks. So, you know, if we can't afford water over here, and we're going to build about a $500 million campus out there at Rodd Field in Yorktown, they won't be able to take care of that either. And there's just no desire to take care of it. It's just build, build, build. And when I get back to the studio, I'll give you some more information about the contributors to political campaigns. And to a person, they're either a Del Mar College vendor or an architect, engineer, or whatever, and you know, or they're a faculty member or something. Very few faculty members, but mostly some of the administrators over here trying to prop up the president and his quest for that. So anyway, I shall return. Okay, this is Heritage Hall. This was the first building, I understand, that was put up at Del Mar College, and there's the side door. This is coming from next door down this sidewalk from the Heritage Hall. But anyway, you can see that the doors are a mess, and I'll just tighten up on those. You know, I mean, we can't do any better than this, folks. Seriously, give me a break, okay? And nobody cares. We're all about new campuses. And then if you look at the grass right beside that, like I say, that stuff does not just get up that tall overnight. And then we've got rusty downspouts and everything else around here. The campus basically looks like garbage, okay? Like a third world or fourth world country. Anyway, I guess I'm amazed. I don't come over here to this side of campus very often. Then I'm going to go back over to my building, Garcia Science, and show you some real treats over there. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, this is the side door to Heritage Hall. This is disgusting. You can see it hasn't been taken care of for a long time. You can see the cobwebs around the bottom of it, and I don't know if you can see up on that top window just above the doors. It's all cobwebs, and they're hanging down from the light up there. And why this light's burning during the daytime, I haven't the faintest idea. And then if you look down on the steps, it's a real mess. It's got leaves and plastic bags and all kinds of stuff just up and down the steps, and with cobwebs all over the place. Now, how many students want to come to class and walk through this mess? Okay, it's disgusting, folks. It's absolute disgusting. And then we've got a big planter over here that could be full of nice plants to make it look a little bit better. But I'm just going to lift the camera up and go over and show you what is in that, rather than nice flowers and so forth. We got a bunch of leaves and dirt, okay, and a couple of weeds. So I don't know what to tell you except, you know, taxpayers, you need to revolt. And I'm here to tell you that, you know, my ancestors revolted up in New England at one time. And then, you know, we finally won that thing as a Revolutionary War. I have direct descendants there in what is now New England that fought for that. And since then, all the way up to, I've got some family members that are current military people. And they don't like this kind of stuff, folks. It's called taxation without representation. And more importantly, taxation without doing a damn thing about it and maintaining what we pay for. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm outside of the Memorial Classroom building. Why we can't clean up the face of this building, I don't know. But if you look along these stairs, you can see how rugged that is. And that first step is pretty high. And then you got little shallow things. But, you know, it doesn't take much, folks, to clean this stuff up and to go ahead and repair that concrete along there. And then we've got these doors. I'll zero in on that one. And they're not taken care of. You know, they need a new finish and so forth and so on. But this is the way that they treat people and taxpayers around here. And there's the part of the benefits of education are essential to the preservation of a free government. And that was from Sam Houston. Good quote. So I think also the benefits of an education is to become an administrator at Del Mar College and ignore the place. And that's what I see around here. So this is the Memorial Classroom building. At least the grass has been cut here for a change. But the concrete work needs to be done. And why they can't do that with $157 million is just beyond me. And that's what you taxpayers were told that was going to do, is to get this thing started and get this campus fixed up and back in shape so that we're not embarrassed to come over here. But this is what the students have to put up with, and faculty members, and you know, some of the administrators care, but not very much. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Heritage Hall just around the corner. There's a sign there about accommodations for ADA and so forth, and Del Mar at least tries with that. But if you look around, you can see weeds growing out of the parking lot, and here's the Memorial Classroom building. And over there by that entrance over there, I'll see if I can tighten it up a little bit. You've got weeds everywhere. You know, a little bit of weed eater will take care of that mess and this stuff here. And then I'm going to pan back around and show you how the parking lot's kept. We can't sweep anything up around here, but you can see all the trash that's here around the gutters and around here. And that's not pleasant looking, folks. And then you can come back over here and we've got some more weeds about right in that area. Okay, so it's a mess. It's a blooming mess. Now I'm going to go over there. That building over there is the Harvin Center, the Student Center, and I'm going to show you how you can get your eyes put out because they won't trim the tree limbs hanging down on the walkways and so forth. But anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, folks, this is a pole out in the middle of the common grounds out here that they have ceremonies at. And what that essentially translates to is may peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail on earth, and they've got that in several languages. But I want to show you how well we keep our plants and stuff around here to make things look real good. That's at the base of that pole. And then if you look at I'm going to pan to the left for a second and let you see the condition of our fine dumpster, our trash cans out here. I'll tighten that up a little bit. You can see that thing is really well taken care of, and sometimes you can see bags blowing out of those, and nobody takes care of diddly. And there's a planter over there with no plants in it. There's another big one right there that has no plants in it. There's another one just on the other side of this pole which has no plants in it. There's another one over towards the Harvin Center that has no plants in it, and another trash can here that's not very well taken care of. It's an eyesore. And then we've got plants right here that haven't been watered in the history of Del Mar College, I don't think. See, it's all dying out. So, but why? Why are we doing and paying for this as taxpayers? And I'll be right back with you one more time. Okay, these are the limbs I'm talking about. This is by the Harvin Student Center, and I'm just going to walk over there so you'll get a perspective of how low down those wonderful limbs are, and if anybody's cutting through there at night with this poor lighting out here, they're going to blind themselves. So I'm going to walk over there. I hate to do that to you and shock you with me, but I'm just going to do it anyway just to give you perspective. What can I say, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to go around the other side of the Harvin Center and film some more stuff that is, you know, it's impossible to get anybody to pick stuff up around here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at the end of a planter at the Harvin Center. You can see that half that stuff's dead in there, the rest of it's weed. And then if I pan up a little bit, I don't know if you can see on that upper landing there, but there's the top of a dead tree over there that has not been taken care of for quite some time. And then if I pan around to my right, that's Richardson Auditorium right there. And then if you look at this sidewalk, you've got limbs hanging down, and I doubt that a real good squirrel could even crawl through that. Okay, so that's what we're faced with, folks, at Del Mar College. And you know, as a faculty member, taxpayer, and so forth and so on, this really burns me up. So I'm going to go back around the front of the Harvin Center and show you some more stuff. Okay, just a quick shot of that nice dead tree that is gone, and you'd think that they'd have enough sense to pull ugly stuff like that out, but you know, in your wildest dreams. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the side entrance to the Harvin Student Center, and see, when they do have planters with stuff, you got nothing but weeds in there that are untaken care of. Somebody needs to get in there and take care of that as a groundskeeper and so forth and so on. And it's just miserable. It looks like hell around here. Okay, I'm at the side of the Harvin Center again, between that and Richardson Auditorium, and what we have is a bunch of stuff down this sidewalk here, and there's a cigarette butt there. This is supposed to be a non-smoking campus completely, and then we've got doors that could use a little bit of cleaning, and then we have a tree that's been cut out of that little section with no other green in it, the stump's just sticking up. And then if you come to this one, you can see all the sucker coming out the bottom of that need to be cut back, and the same thing here. So, you know, what can I say? I just want you to see it, and then when I get back, I'll tell you how to get into the Del Mar College system and find out the telephone numbers and email address in particular of the Board of Regents members, so you can call yours and say, is this what I'm paying my taxes for? Okay, just wanted to show you this door. This is in the public, and it's in the front of the Harvin Student Center, just a short ways from the entrance to that, where most of the students come in, which is right there. And then I'm going to go over and zero in on that poster there. It says Student Research Day, and that was back in April 21st, I think, is when that thing was held, and this thing's still glued up there. And then it says no smoking zone, and I'm going to go around and show you the amount of cigarettes that are just outside this door. So anyway, you know, I'm going to get a little bit tighter shot. Maybe I can do it from here. Let me see if I can get that research day so you can see how terrible that looks. Yep, sorry about that. Let's see if I can tighten it up a little bit more. And these were all over campus, and I've discussed the quote research going on over here several times, and then there's a no smoking sign below that. So I'm just going to go around and show you some cigarette butts. I know that's exactly what you want to see, but this is your tax money, folks. This is your tax money. Okay, there's the no smoking sign. It's a smoke-free campus. They're supposed to go off campus to smoke, and then you come out here and you look at this student bench. And if you look down below that, you can see their cigarette butts galore out here. And then, you know, why they can't clean up these drop-off places on the trash cans, I'm not real sure. I guess we can't afford that. And then I'm going to go down here and show you these bushes. They're evergreens down this way, and there's one of them that has a big vine that's growing in it, and it should be taken out. And then I'll wrap it up over here. I may go by my building right quick and show you what they have done as a result of this show being aired. Okay. This is a nice shot of some of the trash that's underneath these unwatered evergreens. I mean, you know, evergreens don't require all that much water, but this is ridiculous, folks, and you can see how they won't clean up the limbs under there and leave the ends of the limbs sticking out. It's a horrible mess over here. Okay, this is a little further down underneath these evergreens here. There's a obvious weed. You can see plastic lid off of one of the cups that come out of the Harvin Center, and general trash. And then I'm going to go around here for a second and show you the other side of this vine that's growing up into this bush, and that's a weed. It shouldn't be there. Anyway, I'll be right back with you. Alright, this grass didn't crop up all overnight, and it didn't look like this thing's been touched for quite some time. Dead limbs that are left underneath the bushes here, the evergreens. And then I'm going to go ahead and pan around on this vine, this creature from the Black Lagoon or whatever it is over here in this bush, and it crawls up the top of that, you can see. And that's a mess, folks. We shouldn't look like that. I mean, good Lord. What's going on over here? Or I guess the big question is, what's really not going on? And that's a prudent use of your taxpayers' money. And it bothers me because people ask me why this is such a trashy heap and how you put up with it as a faculty member over there for just under 30 years. Well, I'm going to explain that when I get back to the studio. Okay, I think it's worth time to pan across and see how much of this campus is going to be used for construction. And all these new classrooms and stuff that, I'll be totally honest with you, we don't need. I'm in front of the Harvin Center, the Student Center, and I'm looking at the St. Clair building. That's where the collegiate high school is, and then it's fenced all the way down that side of it. And there's the library over there, and you can see the fence is still there. And then the fence runs all the way down to that building on the far side over there, which is the Heldon Fells building, the administration building. And then we've got the old English building that should be torn down soon, okay? And it's supposed to be removed. And then it goes over to the Fine Arts building and Music building, that award winner over there. It comes down the side of that to the side of the Harvin Center over here. So I don't know what to tell you, folks, except this thing's a real mess over here, okay? And they're going to put this big, huge building out here, and to the tune of $157 million total for East and West. And we need more classroom space, I'm told. And I'll discuss the 30,000 students they project total on the East-West campus and the new South Side campus eventually, which is, by the way, 10% of the population of Corpus Christi, Texas, going to Del Mar College at any given time. So you try to figure that out. I can't program it. Okay, you know, I'm just a stupid scientist. I don't know about math and that kind of stuff. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, folks, I'm going to not use the tripod for this, but this is another one that's out in this little courtyard behind the Student Center, and between there and Heritage Hall. I guess we're going to start trying to grow oranges. I'm not real sure what that's all about. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back in the studio with magnificent magnolias. That's they're dedicated to Miss Lynn and to April 23. Absolutely gorgeous flowers, gorgeous women. And I'm going to go ahead. I know I'm probably exhausted you with that. But anyway, the new show times that I have listed for this next go around. Let's see, what did I do with them? Here it is. Okay. Now, starting on June the 4th, which is a week after this airs, then South Texas News and Reviews is going to be on Sunday from 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. if you're interested. And then again Wednesday from 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. what's going on in Corpus Christi, which is this show will be on Monday at 9 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. and then Wednesday from 10 till 10:30 p.m. and then the Voice of Ed Bennett, which I have participated in at times, is going to be Sunday at 8:30 to 9 p.m. and Wednesday from 5 to 5:30 p.m. So just wanted to give you the heads up. That's starting on June the 4th. That's Sunday. So the Voice of Ed Bennett will be that Sunday. Okay, now I'm going to give you a little bit of time here, and I just want to say that what really galls me is the attack on a Board of Regents member, which is Mr. Guy Watts. Jack Gordy, who's my Vice President of the Taxpayers Association, I am the President of Corpus Christi Taxpayers Association, has filed a Public Information Act request on the May the 17th, that wasn't long ago, requesting the 3 original complaints that was filed against Regent Gabe Leland Watts. And here's the response to that. I would think that somebody needs to put things in writing in order to go and try to ruin a man's reputation. But hey, that is Del Mar College Board of Regents, the majority of them, not all of them. But he got a letter back on May the 19th real quick. It says, pursuant to your request, the college has no responsive documents. There are no written complaints. So how in the world can you complain about somebody if you've not got the backbone to put it in writing? And this is from Mrs. Tammy McDonald, Executive Director, Human Resources and Administration, College Public Information Act Officer. Okay, now that's the same ones that said that anti-Semitic remarks about me were humorous, and then they do indicate that it's under Article J of the Del Mar College bylaws. When I see that, it says nothing about investigations being put into writing. So I'll go ahead and review that at the next time. Okay, then if you email me, then what I'd like to do is to make the statement that I went in to rate my professor. I stumbled into that at Del Mar College. We've got students who rate their professor online, put it out in the public. These are students that have no idea what they're doing, and they challenge PhDs. And I don't want to make someone uncomfortable and fearful with this, but I did look up a couple of people, and I'm horrified with that. Okay, so if you'll email me, and I'll provide how to get into the bylaws of the Board of Regents, then you can email me at gsansing@gmail.com, and then write, call, or email your regents. I'll give you those if you email me, and sure would like to hear from you. So I'm down to about a minute, and I hope that you will email your regent, call them up, and tell them how much you appreciate that disastrous campus out there, and we'll see what happens. So I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable or fearful, but it did concern me that there were a couple of professors that are top-notch, they're PhDs, and they don't deserve students who can't write 3 sentences in a row and make them correct, and challenge a PhD in one of the social sciences. Okay, so it infuriates me, and I hope that professor will ignore all that garbage, because I know that that professor is much better than that. I'm going to turn it off and come back just for a minute. And, well, no, I think I'll just let it run out. Those magnificent magnolias over there. And the odor in here is absolutely great. So I'm just going to step aside and let you see the flowers. And there's the buzzer that I don't know. And we'll just let this thing ride out until the end of the show. That's gsansing@gmail.com.